What is the creepiest thing that ever happened to you? I don't know if it's the creepiest thing that ever happened to me, but I found this to be really creepy. I met a woman on Match about 10 years ago and we went out for lunch in Providence on Federal Hill. She was very quiet and I was sure she didn't care much for me. It was quite a bit of work to get her to speak about anything, and by the end of the evening I chalked it up to experience, a wasted effort. But after lunch she told me she was frightened of Providence and asked me to walk her to her car. I agreed. When we got to her car, she shook my hand and thanked me, and as an afterthought, asked me if I wanted a ride back to my car. She felt she could trust me now. I said okay. As soon as I got in the car, she was all over me. She wanted to make out hot and heavy. I didn't even get a chance to put on the seatbelt. I was incredibly, and pleasantly, surprised. We made plans for another date. We went to the movies. Again, she was very quiet and standoffish until we got to her car, then she was all over me. The next day I came home from work and when I opened my mailbox I found a small package. Inside were 2 wedding rings with a note, "We are destined to be one," on in the box. There was no postage. Whoever put it there in person. I suspected it was her and I was uneasy. I called her up. She asked me if I got her package. I said yes. She said, "I went to my psychic. She said you were my soulmate, we'll be forever together." I realized then that she was not right in the head. I said, I don't think so. And after a discussion of how inappropriate she was being, I hung up the phone. The next day when I came home from work she was parked in my driveway. I got out of the car, furious. "Who the hell do you think you are, coming to my house uninvited?" I asked her angrily. She was nonplussed. "It's not the kind of house I want," she said, "but we can live in it together until we're married. But I like your cat." And she gestured to the cat watching us from the window. I told her to leave and never return. She did leave, but not before telling me that we were going to be together. It was preordained. For the next year I got calls, emails and love letters every single day. Sometimes she called 10 times a day. At first I tried to tell her she was wasting her time, but it did no good. To her, we were destined to be together. It has been 10 years since this happened. I still get emails from her about once a month. I still get phone calls from her about twice a year. She has never changed her number, so I know now to never answer the phone when I see her number. If I happen to not look, not pay attention, and do answer, she takes it as an acknowledgement that I have feelings for her and she goes into a burst of mails and emails and small gifts and phone calls. I never saw her as a threat, at least I have never felt threatened. She is just sick in the head. It's very, very creepy. But the creepiest thing about her, in my opinion, is that she is a Harvard-trained medical doctor treating patients.